Hi everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the data structure and algorithm and what is the important roles in the computer and science in the software engineering field, data structure and algorithm. So I am sharing my notes here for the preparation of this DSA and algo. And first of all, when we started to learning data structure and algorithm, we need to know why. The reason behind is why we are learning this DSA and algo. And the reason behind that I'm discussing here, and then I will start the basic from the beginner. I can say data structure and algorithm to learn and progress on that. So programmers should have a good understanding of the DSA and algorithm to write the efficient and correct code. So the reason behind that, like I can there's a two reason from the perspective of the coding interviews. Second, like from the perspective of the real world application. And coding interviews, I can say DSA is a one of the critical part of the coding interview process. Help interviewer to evaluate problem solving, coding, and analytic skills of a candidate. Second, from the perspective of the real world application. So like in the real world, I can say like we are daily to daily activity. We are using the lots of application to web app or mobile app or as app. So what is the behind cause or reason, I can say. So data structure is a major and leading role on that. DSA and algorithm are essential components of a real life application and API. So programmers should be familiar with these use cases of various data structure to make informed decision, write efficient backend code, design, use API, and so on. So that's why this is the reason behind that why we are going to discuss about this DSA and algo. And next I have to discuss about why DSA important. So DSA is major thing like we have to be learn because of it is improving the problem solving skills. Second, improve the coding efficiency. Then next is our ability to learn new concept in a computer science. And last, I can say help us to succeed in our careers. Many employee place a high value on DSA skills. So having a good understanding of this concept can make you more competitive as a job candidate. So that's why the reason why DSA important. And what we can say algorithm is a technology. The system performance depend on the choosing the efficient algorithm as much as choosing that fast hardware. So even application that do not require algorithm directly at the application level relies heavily upon the algorithm. For example, I can say like does the application rely on the fast networking? That is also depend on this algorithm. Computer networking rely heavily on the routing algorithm. Next, I can say does the application depend on the user interface's UI? Then again, the logic or design behind this user interface relies on the algorithm. Next, the application require fast hardware. Again, this hardware design use the algorithm. So overall, algorithm are the core of the most real life application. Just that rapid innovation are being made in other computer technology, they are also being made in algorithm. So that's why algorithm is a technology. And next, after this technology, I can say in the algorithm terms, algorithm is the core of library functions and API. And in an age where we can use the library function to write the software code, it may seem like unnecessary to learn algorithm and data structure, but it is important to understand the implementation of the details, even when they are hidden behind the abstraction. In other words, mastering DSA help us better understand how effectively use library and other abstraction in our code. So DSA can help us to develop a deeper understanding of the logic behind the behavior of this abstraction. Without this, we may use them improperly or apply them in the wrong way. And in the real knowledge of DSA come into play when there is a needed to design programming libraries, APIs, backend code, machine learning code, or high performance simulation. So these are the basic, I can say, fundamental concept before starting to learning algorithm. And after this, the major component comes like cracking the coding interview, the role play by the DSA algo. So right now, importance of the cracking in the coding interviews in the tech company is the like test knowledge of the data structure and algorithm during the interview process, because they want to hire a programmer who can efficiently solve complex, large scale, data intensive problems. A strong understanding of DSA is a clear indicator of the ability to come up with a smart solution to this type of problems. In other words, a programmer who is if proficient in the DSA is better equipped to handle the data intensive challenge faced by the tech company. So this is the important rule, I can say, for the coding interviews when we are appearing for the coding assessment round. So behind that we have to be first learn DSA and algo, and we can understand or we can analyze in the real world. Algorithm is everywhere in the real life. We can get the main example, I can say like we can find algorithm logic in natural pattern and real life activities like sorting, scheduling, counting, optimization, etc. Sometimes it concise and straightforward and help us to effectively perform a task. So the one of the, like in the Donald Kuhn said, like people who analyze the algorithm have double happiness, because first of all they experience the sheer beauty of the elegant mathematical pattern they surround the elegant computational procedure. Then they can receive a practical payoff when their theory make it possible to get other jobs done more quickly and economically. So this quote highlight the dual benefit of the studying algorithm: the aesthetic pleasure of the discovering an elegant pattern, of this practicing value of being able to solve problem more efficiently. So enjoy learning, enjoy coding, and enjoy algorithm, I can say. Next, I can say why the main reason or top reason of failure in the data structure and algorithm, why many of the student or candidate is not interesting or fail into learning in the DSA algorithm. So the reason behind that why they are failing, I just cover some of the common point what I also feel when I starting. So millions of programmers are looking forward to pursue their dream career in computer science and spending hundreds of hours learning DSA and algorithm. Unfortunately, some of them struggle to become a good it and fall to crack the interview. So there could be a several reason. I just counted some of the common reason what I feel. So I just noted here and put it, which I can relate. You may also getting the same feeling when you are starting to learning. First, I can say popular perception about DSA. I will discuss this point in the detail. Like next, we have like lack of continuous learning. Then next, dependency of topics, complex explanation of concept. This memorizing concept and solution. We don't have to memorize the things or theory type. I can say we have to understand what is the reason behind that, how this code or line of code get performed, get easier, get time consuming. We have to be take care of and understand. Then according that we have to be apply this DSN algorithm in which case it's suited for that. Then next we have a how to think solution idea. It is a major part for the solution idea. How we have to start thinking on that. How we get the proper direction. And next we have after thinking we have to write the code. So how to write the correct code. Then we have to be apply the some good math logic over to get the solution. So fear of math and logic. Then next we have a lack of coding interview skills. We are not learning any programming language. So some of that they are also one of the reasons. So for that we have to first understand and properly learning one of the language. Like there's a many language available. You can start with this Python or C sharp, Java. As per your interest of that, you can choose one programming language and start learning on that and apply using that coding language in your applications. Then last, where we are stuck, then we don't have a proper resolution on that. So that is also one important factor, poor doubt resolution. So this 10 reason I can say considering to get fail while we are learning the DSN algorithm. As I told, the popular perception about the DSA. So the reason behind that, I can say it is a common misconception that data structure and algorithm are too complex and hard to master. It is like myth we heard. So unfortunately, this negative perception is often passed down to beginners. So on the other hand, DSA is so much more than just preparing for the coding interviews. If you are look around, you will see that thousands of data intensive applications rely on efficient algorithm and various data structure. Even applications that don't require algorithm directly at the application level often rely heavily on them. So for example, fast networking depends on the routing algorithm, and efficient caching strategy are based on the data structure like hash table. So don't let negative perception hold you back. With the right mindset and dedication, you can learn DSA and it achieve your goals. Then this next we have lack of continuous learning. So if you want to master data structure and algorithm, you need to consistent with your practice. When you revise or practice for a long time, it can affect your understanding of the concept and problem solving ability. When you are trying to start again, you often have to go back to the beginning. So it is important to have a continuous learning plan that include the various activities like self study, revision, paper problem solving, coding practice, discussion, doubt resolution, mock interview, and so on. So these are the combination of some activity which we can get proper solution and we can start over there. Next we have a dependency of topics, one of the reason for fail. So how we can start, we have to be like step by step which we have to be start this topic, then after that this topic. So I have to be like sequence which we can start, then this will be going in a sequence wise, then we get the proper connected points and get the concept on that. We don't have to be jump 1 and 10 or second like that. We have to be proper sequence, and according that we have to be start and choose the right path and direction to study on that. Like you can see when I have to be start with the linear data structure before moving on to non-linear ones. Then learn array and linked list before studying stack and queues. Then next we have like when start with the fundamental like time and space complexity analysis, iteration, recursion, and sorting. This is the like combo which we have to be connect and start learning on that. Learn dynamic programming before starting reading algorithm. So I started greedy algorithm. So before that I had to be fundamental knowledge to jumping on the greedy algorithm. First we had to learn the dynamic programming. Like that we had to be go topic by topic, not jump directly. Understand recursion before learning backstretching and dynamic programming, and after mastering binary tree move on bst and heap and try. So this is the linear, or this is the sequence which I'm trying to elaborate, which we can go and learn on that. Learn graph after tree. Like you started the problem on the graph but we don't know what is the concept of the tree, how to solve the problem based on the tree. So that's why we have to be like make a sequence basis on that. We jump to the problem and we jump to the topic and start solving on that. Next, like we know like complex explanation of concept, we don't get a proper guidance or mentor who can explain the things very easily or very I can say easily manner, smoothly. So that is the one of the reason we are getting stuck and we are failing over there. So that's why we have some challenge like waste of time, lack of interest in the subject, and the habit of the memorization, because we are not getting the right answer, the right reason behind that, how to get the concept, how we apply the pattern over there if this type of problem is coming. So that's why we started memorizing. So don't memorize, we have to be proper topic and proper concept and proper logic behind that. Next, memorizing concept and solution is one of the reasons. So, to become a proficient in DSA, it is important to focus on the understanding concept and principle behind the various data structure and algorithm, rather than simply trying to memorize them. We have to be known why sorting. There's a multiple sorting algorithm. So, which sorting technique is applicable on which situation, linear or binary search. So, we have to be choose each and every sorting algorithm based on the real time application or based on the some cases, best cases, worst cases, like that. So this means like we should take some to work through the problem, think critically about the solution, and analyze the different approaches. So by developing a reason-oriented approach, you will be better equipped to apply this concept to new problem and come up with a creative solution. And this question we are getting every time, how to think solution ideas, is a major factor. Like most 90% people are getting struck like how to think solution idea when we are started to problem solving. So most programmer are good at programming, okay, but the real challenge lies in thinking of the effective solution or efficient solution approach. Sometimes they try to solve many problems but still struggle to identify an efficient solution, because sometimes same problem solution I am trying to go with the brute force solution, but some who is proper idea about the DSN algo, they are solving within 2 lines of code and I am applying this like 7 line of code. So this is the reason we have to be try best approach and best line of best efficient time to get the output. So that's why the reason behind it, like we have to be give the solution in the very optimized or very good, I can say, efficient solution. So the reason is simple. They did not spend enough time to analyzing the problem and instead jumped straight into looking for a solution. We have to be first understand the problem, what we can apply, what is the optimal solution. Then if this thing is good, this is a clear, then we start to write the program or coding over there. So they all like this is the main thing I can say. They also avoid exploring the different variation and pattern that could lead to a more efficient solution. So before starting or before jumping to the answer, we have to be first take 5 minutes to understand the problem, what they are demanding, how we get the efficient solution, what we can apply on this type of pattern, on this type of problem. So after the thinking, the comes problem, how to write the effective code. So sometime programmer struggle to write the code, the correct code I can say. If identifying a solution is an art, then designing the code is a craft. It is a critical observation. Correct implementation requires focus, patience, and time. It involves the practice of programming concept, implementation pattern, various programming error, proper initialization, base case, boundary case, and most importantly, a good coding style. So this is the concept, or this is the trick I can say we have to keep in our mind to write the correct code. And next we have like fear of math and logic. So it is a like every person or every candidate is feeling about the logic behind that. So data structure and algorithm require the understanding of the math topic like permutation, counting, summation, logarithm, number theory, bits operation, recurrence. It is like we have a normal 10, 12 type of math. So this is the reason behind that we have to proper just basic on that we have to be understand, and that should be we can analyze in our problem solution and try to go with that and write the coding according to that. So we mainly use such topic to solve the problem and analyze the algorithm efficiency. So to improve your understanding of the math topics and analysis skill, here are the few topics we can start. Like first, we can like practice math problem related to DSA. There are many online resources available that offer practice problem and explanation. If you need, I can give you link on that. Just please comment it here in the comment box. Then next, like take a course on discrete math, which cover many of the math topics. They are relevant to DSA. Then work on coding problem and analyze their time and space complexity using the big O notation. This will also help you get comfortable with the process of analyzing algorithm. Then collaborate with the other to discuss and understand the different approaches of analyze algorithm. This can be especially helpful if you have a peer or mentor who has a strong background in a math. So this is the some key point which we can use to improve our understanding of the math topics and analysis skill. And next, when coming to the coding, so lack of the coding interview skills is also one of the reason. So most programmers find it challenging to design an efficient solution during an interview, while someone closely verify their progress. So as an interview, we are supposed to communicate our thought loudly and clearly to interviewer. So this idea is simple: writing solution code and communicating simultaneously is an essential skills. Next, we have like poor doubt resolution. So this is the factor when most of the student get fails. So there is an immense importance of the discussion in learning DSA. Sometimes we get stuck into critical doubts which need an immediate solution to move forward. Even in the starting phase, programmers feel unsure of what question they should ask. So it would be necessary for programs to form a group or join a community where they can help each other to resolve the doubts. So please don't hesitate. You can ask your in a group, and when you find some solution you are getting, just join and discuss openly, and you also get exchange of your solution or ideas between the people, between your friends or colleagues. And final motivation to learn the DSA is to like data structure algorithm can be challenging at the start, but it requires a hard work, consistency, and a positive attitude. By following a well-structured learning plan and practicing with the mock interview and real-world application, so you can improve your problem-solving skills and become a more competitive job candidate. So remember, if normal to face difficulty and doubts while learning DSA, so don't get discouraged and keep pushing forward. With dedication and determination, you can succeed. I am also succeed. So in mastering this fundamental concept, take your career to next level. So enjoy learning and enjoy this algorithm topics. Hope you understand and like this understanding or discussing the uh, things I can say on the DSA before starting to or before jumping to the before learning to the DSA algorithm. If you need or if you have any query on that, please comment it down. I will give the answer over there. Thank you. Enjoy learning. Enjoy coding. Meeting you in the next video.